Welcome into Gardendale, Alabama. Scott Griffin, Matt Coulter here for the Clay Chalkville Cougars. The Gardendale Rockets, we have the girls and the boys soccer match right now. And the girls starting it off. The boys will be coming up a little bit later on. Obviously, Gardendale will be in the purple uniforms. And Clay Chalkville will be in the white with the navy pants. Hello, everybody. Scott Griffin, Matt Coulter again here. And Matt, we just talked about the day we had for baseball Saturday. Yeah. It's just as spectacular today.
It is, and again, a wonderful thing that Jeff Coed TV does for their member schools. And you can obviously see from our up-top camera that they're playing on the Gardendale Rockets football field, but the dimensions are the same, and they mark it off differently, goals to our right, goals to our left. Just to give you an idea, and those of you that spent the day indoors, I feel sorry for you because It's been spectacular. And right now, early in our match, we've got 79 degrees, wind coming out of the south at about 12 miles an hour. The humidity is very low. That breeze feels great, and it's just a fabulous afternoon, just like we had great afternoons for middle school baseball, in which corner won the championship.
Yep. Clay Chalkville clears that. A little bit of danger there by the Rockets. Get it out, and the Rockets will have to start over. And now Clay Chalkville with the ball. Errant pass there. And this is normal early activity for soccer as everybody's trying to get their footing. It looks like Clay Chalkville's grouped together pretty straight, but there's a breakaway now. And a score, our first score of the game.
Goal, Gardendale, number 23, Kendall Wilson.
Kendall Wilson broke through, Matt. Let's take a look. Well, we don't have our replay. We're getting rosters.
I sent him on a very important error. So, but the replay will maybe come later. But just to describe it to you verbally here real quickly, she got the breakaway, got behind all of the Cougars' defense, and it was just one-on-one with the goalie. Goalie took a fake to the left side. She put it in the back corner of the net, and Gardendale has a 1-0 lead. Scott, these two teams met earlier in the year, and Gardendale dominated. They won it 10-0.
Wow.
And they come in here. The girls are 10-5-1, very strong.
And I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, head coach is James Lehman. I met him a little while ago. He's a very, very cordial guy. Wanted to make sure and include senior night because it's a senior afternoon for the Gardendale Girl Rockets. And then Clay Chalkville comes in here at 1-10 under the direction of Deanna Losa.
All right, and good save there by number 26. And we're still waiting on rosters, to be honest with you. We have difficulty getting rosters for this particular match, and obviously we're dependent on that from the coaches, and sometimes we get them, sometimes we don't. Nothing we can do about it. So 26 with a good save there for Clay Chalkville, and she tries to clear it there with her kick, and Gardendale has possession again. Gardendale's pretty good, one of the better programs in soccer in the Jefferson County area. And I wanted to point out what you were talking about when I interrupted you rudely, just to make sure that don't get confused by the football sidelines. The field extends past the normal football sidelines. There's another line out there, as you see. Everybody's behind on each side. So.
It's wider and longer than the football field is, but you're right. They have very effectively have marked it off. Potential breakaway again.
23 again, and she got it again. 2-0, and
goal, number 23,
that's Kendall Wilson, who's one shy of a hat trick already. And we're just a few minutes into the match, Matt.
Same result, kind of the same kick by Wilson, except she was further right towards the goal. But we're just less than 15 minutes. Oh, actually less than 5 minutes in. And it's already 2-0 Lady Rockets.
Yep.
And we mentioned the records and the fact that Gardendale won earlier 10-0. But another example is how good Gardendale is this is the first time we have seen the ball on Clay Chalkville's end of the soccer field.
So getting it there is the goalkeeper for Clay Chalkville.
Out of bounds. Coming back in, Clay Chalkville.
And I do not have the goalkeeper on my roster, so
we'll have those in a minute. Jake, our replay guy and All-American young man, I think he literally has the keys to Gardendale. I mean, the keys to the press box, the keys, and the keys to go get our rosters. So all is good as play continues here in Gardendale.
So Gardendale trying to clear it out of their end or their defensive end of the field, and here comes a breakaway again.
Yeah, you got to watch offsides here.
And getting way ahead and beating everybody to the punch, and that's an easy score again. This time it's not Kendall, but it's another Kendall, and it's Kendall Holson back with a breakaway. And the problem there is, Matt, as you know, she took it about 60 yards, to the end, all the way. Nobody stopped her momentum.
Scott, it's always amazed me how incredibly well fit soccer players are. You've never seen one chubby, have you? That's because all they do is run. They run and they run and they run. And right now, Gardendale has the Cougars on the run. It is 3-0. They play 40-minute halves. Will break for 10 at halftime and then play another 40 if it gets to that point. I will tell you, up front, there is a 10-goal mercy rule.
All right. I would assume that's in the second half, though.
If it's 10-0 at the half, it's over.
Okay.
But you have to play 40 minutes. I had this
minimum of 40.
Yeah,
okay.
I had this conversation with James Lehman, the head coach of the Gardendale girls, just a little while ago.
So Gardendale again there, and it looks like just Clay Chalkville's defense, everybody's following the ball.
Another breakaway,
and when you pass it, they get away. That time a little errant to the wide to the right on that kick. But she had an opening there to get it. But Clay Chalkville's defense looks like everybody's bunching around the ball instead of playing their position.
Well, in Gardendale, when they get on the run, they are extremely organized. They run really good plays, and they have had 4 shots on goal. That's the only errant one.
So Cougars will get a free kick here. And again, we would give you their names if we had the rosters. She didn't get it very far out, and Gardendale's already picked it up, and that's Kendall again, and she's got her hat trick already. Wilson with the hat trick within 5 minutes and 40 seconds.
And again, she's a breakaway. Put the Clay Chalkville goalie in a difficult position because it's one-on-one. All 4 Gardendale goals have come on one-on-one matchups. And when it comes to this game, you need to master a few things, and one of them is, handling the ball mastery, and then what's called dribbling, which is what they're doing a little bit right now, then passing from player to player, aerial control, and then the final, the one we've seen 4 goals as a result of, is your ability to play one-on-one.
Another potential breakaway. Looks like Kendall again. This time he got away from him a little bit, tried to stop it, and a good defensive play to get it out of there and get away from trouble. And that was Kennedy Clay with the knockaway there.
Yeah, you just got to play some defense because you take her out of the one-on-one situation with the goalie, and it was a nice play to just get the ball out of bounds.
So Kennedy Clay will throw it in.
Now they're going to swap up our Lady Cougars.
That's intercepted, but Clay Chalkville comes back with it, but the Rockets continue to have it. There's another shot on goal from a lengthy way away that was fairly close, but goes outside the net.
Well, Gardendale's displaying their ability to kick the ball. Obviously, you kick it, but accurately towards the net.
Soccer is a kick in the grass. I've always heard.
Yeah,
that.
I read that on your.
I've
text
saved
message
that one for the
other day.
broadcast
You saved that?
today.
I think you ought to be able to use it twice. Well,
I used it within 7 minutes. I was trying to hold on to it, but I just couldn't. So free kick there. Again, trying to clear it. That was Melanie Espinoza. There's another kick errant there as protecting the goal for Clay Chalkville is Rosie Gutierrez.
Well, she's had her work cut out.
Well, she's already faced, what, 8 or 9 shots?
Yeah.
I mean,
I've got
maybe
7
more
shots on goal, and more than half have gone in. It's a 4-0 score, as you see with their graphics at the bottom of the screen. The Rockets at home, and pretty much in control of this one. And they appear to be, nothing against Clay Chalkville, but they just appear to be more experienced.
Yeah.
A little bit more aggressive, I think. And
That's offsides, I think.
They just keep the ball on the scoring opportunity into the football soccer field.
So Clay Chalkville will retain possession. Very early in the contest with the Rockets on top, 4-0. And
Clay
there with a
Chalkville
freak.
needs to figure out a way to get it on their side of the field. They have not had one single shot on goal yet.
Audrina Guanam with that kick. And again, to your point earlier, we're playing on this end of the field pretty much exclusively.
Nice pass.
Nice angled shot, but a good save there.
Yeah, it was on her side, the side of the net that she was in front of, and both hands just popped it up.
And I'm trying to see if that's Bucanegra at the goal, 25. I didn't catch the number. Maybe 26, I think, is who it is actually. Rosia Gutierrez.
Yeah.
She's the goalie, yep. But good save by Gutierrez on that particular play. So again, Clay Chalkville with a free kick, but just not the leg muscle to get it very far down the field, and Gardendale continues to intercept.
There's a nice defensive move and pick off the ball, but now Lady Rockets have it back again.
And they're not exposing corners, they're exposing the middle.
Yep.
Offensively on the attack. Is Gardendale, I should say. Got a little bit of chance for a breakaway, but couldn't control the ball.
All right, Clay Chalkville with the ball close to midfield.
Jennifer Rodriguez tried to clear it. Thank you, sir. Our man Jake the Snake coming through. Here comes another possible breakaway. They tried to throw it on the outside, but wasn't going to be. So,
Substitutions here. Gardendale sends in a couple as Clay substitutes one. Dribbling. Ball's going to go out of play at the back. And that's man kicking that ball around down there, dribbling, is one of our photographers. I think that's JT. Nice job as they put another ball in play. And Clay will kick out of deep in their territory.
intercepted again by Gardendale as they work it back and back to the wing.
But good defense, Clay.
But just the pressure kept on by Gardendale this entire match, why they're winning 4-0 and a hat trick already by Kendall.
But Clay Chalkville's kind of settled in. They gave up 3 goals in just a couple of minutes. Well, Scott.
That's it.
I jinxed him.
Goal number 24, Carson Harper.
Carson Harper with that goal. And now the Rockets lead 5-0 within about 11 minutes.
As center your picture now out to the left. Gardendale goalie. And here comes Clay Chalkville. And they'll be on offense, try and get something going. They have not, the ball has gone into their territory in part of the soccer field once. And it does again, but Gardendale kicks it back to the goalie.
So, again, we apologize. We do not have Gardendale rosters at this moment, so we can't call their names.
Well,
but we do have Clay finally.
They were sent. It's just hard to find a place to print them off. Anyway, still, you can see the action. They're ground level.
Ooh, we got blocked there. Melanie Espinoza with that block, but Gardendale retains possession.
Gardendale does not have the numbers this time.
That's out. Clay Chalkville will get it.
Five 0. I have 9 shots on goal. 5 in the net. As it looks like the Lady Cougars are going to make another substitution.
Annie Ramos comes in, and Heike Kennebrew Willis is one of those that checked out. There's the throw in by Ramos. But Gardendale gets it again. They're having trouble just getting the ball in to get any control to get it down the field.
I think that's more due to Gardendale and their experience.
That one got away from Gardendale, and an easy pickup for Rosie Gutierrez in the goal. So she'll try to kick it away if she can. She miskicked it. And this is part of the issue. Then Gardendale's got it again, but Clay Chalkville now with possession. Good move there. Ball handling by Audrina Guanum. And that one will settle out of bounds.
Yeah, it scooted out of bounds. Otherwise, they would have had the numbers going the other way.
So Gardendale retains possession here, I think.
I would believe so. As you can see.
No, actually Clay. Excuse me.
As you can see, with what you call in the business, that's the bug in the scoreboard at the bottom of the screen. It's a running clock, 40 for the entire half. And really, there's no stoppage in play. Unless there's a penalty. Whoop. Nice block interior defensive work there, Scott, by Clay.
There's a nice little lob shot trying to get it to the top of the net, but it went over the net and over Gutierrez's head. So Clay Chalkville will have it. Let's take a quick break, and we'll come back with more. We don't have a break? Okay, so we're not doing breaks, Matt.
Well,
they
don't stop the clock. It rolls. Rockets, as you see, very much in control. It's 5-0. Gardendale with 10 shots on goal. Clay Chalkville with 0. And that will go out of bounds. Referees are very colorfully dressed, are they not, Scott?
Yes, they are. They need to be.
That's lime green, would you say, Scott? Or is it more of a chartreuse?
That's a neon.
It's neon?
Well, that's an easy score here if they can find it. Oh, it almost got in there. Gutierrez barely stopped it before it crossed the end line.
Yeah, she's right at the post. Finally got it out. And now a couple players going at it. We've got a whistle.
That'll be Clay Chalkville's ball on the foul.
Yeah.
5-0. We already have a hat trick in here. Kendall Simmons.
Oh, 2 Kendalls have scored for a total of 4, and then Carson Harper just added another for Gardendale. And another whistle. I believe that's an offsides against Gardendale. No.
We got an injured Clay Chalkville person.
And it looks like she's got her
So we'll just leave it
knee
wide
up.
here. And
left knee is up. That is Annie Ramos.
so unfortunately, we can't take a break. So we'll see. Maybe she got up now. So.
Yeah, that's good. When she got up, she got up. She's limping. She's walking gingerly here. But she's got a substitution for Clay Chalkville. I believe that may be
Micah Kennebrew Willis is in.
Kennebrew Willis is in.
Getting a little help going to the sidelines is Annie Ramos.
Yeah. Looks like both the Gardendale and the Clay Chalkville trainers went out. And we got the guys, boys will follow this. About 10 minutes to the conclusion of game 1. Got a breakaway.
And good
Goal.
score there.
Number 5, Camden Wilson.
Camden Wilson.
That's her 4th?
No.
Is that a Camden or a Kendall?
That's not Kendall, no.
All right.
So Wilson with the score. 5-0 Gardendale.
And the siren goes off in Gardendale, Alabama. What a nice city, good little community. Of course, Clay Chalkville is as well. We've been to both places several times. For baseball.
Actually, I said 5. That's 6-0.
Football.
Is that correct?
It is, by my count and by scoreboard count.
So Clay Chalkville, they won't even kick it down the field. They kick it back to their
Yeah,
player.
and then they set the offense. Wonderful.
Clay Chalkville trying to break it away, but can't. This time knocked away. Giving chase was Charlie Ragsdale of Gardendale, and Clay Chalkville picked it up.
Gardendale turns it around, and they're on offense once again.
Addie Green tried to control it, but Gardendale still in control. Betsy Garcia on that right wing. Throws it inside. And good play again by Gutierrez, blocking that shot attempt.
Still
by
in front
Addie
of the
Brooks. Yeah, but you got to get it out of there, right?
Yeah,
Like that.
If you're Clay. They're
too
trying.
much pressure. Too much pressure, yeah.
Lady Rockets are refusing to yield, if you will. And they'll reset. Ooh, nice move by the referee.
Shot attempt trying to go to that top shelf over Gutierrez's head, but sails over the net. 6-0 Gardendale with 20 minutes and counting in the first half.
And, you know, it's one of the things that have always intrigued me about soccer, Scott, is the clock is kind of open. You know, we may have that on the scoreboard. We may have what we have on our graphics. And then there's another, the official time is being held by the referees.
And actually our clock on the deal here is about 30 seconds too slow. Actually about 32 seconds. Gardendale again with that pressure down here. Clay Chalkville kicked it away there, but they're just not kicking it far enough away. They're punching it, but not kicking it down the field.
Camden Wilson has a couple of goals, 3 goals, and then there are 2 Wilsons. There's a Camden and there's a Kendall, and they have both marked. All right, Clay, get on the move.
So Espinoza trying to clear it out. But again, they just can't get it past the forwards of the Lady Rockets.
Oh,
good block there.
Yeah, it was Martinez.
Brianna Martinez with a nice shield of the ball, but here comes Gardendale again.
It's kind of like setting a screen, isn't it?
Yep, Julia Morgan with the ball. Number 6, try to pass it. Pretty good defense there by Lauren Kennedy. And again, just dumping it out there, but nobody out there to get it, so Gutierrez runs up and snags it for safety. 6-0 Rockets, already a hat trick for Kendall Simmons.
Got to decide whether to play up or go for the ball. Going to give another
good save by Gutierrez. Under pressure. Putting the pressure on was Betsy Garcia, and Gutierrez knocks it away. Watch this.
Yeah.
With a foot, and then decides
Garcia.
to fall on it as everybody's around the net.
Smart play.
Gutierrez that time clears it pretty decently finally. Gets it out there a little bit. And Clay Chalkville now trying to get on that end of the field.
The Gardendale defense just will not let that happen. And here they go with numbers. Oh, nice defense there by Kennedy Braxton. Just missed the open player, the open rocket.
That'll sell
Right
out
side
of
of the goal.
Yep. So 16:30 on our clock, now in sync with theirs, which is good. Clay Chalkville will throw it in. Gutierrez will get the free kick unless they. Nope, she'll give it away to her teammate. I think that'll be Espinoza kicking it away. It is. Shot on goal, misses left. I didn't catch who that was.
Well, you could guess. It's all likely it would be a Wilson.
I don't know who that was. I don't know if it may have been Camden Wilson. I'm not sure.
So it was Carson Harper who goaled earlier.
Espinoza will get another free kick. She needs to kick it out. A little bit better effort there. But Gardendale picks it up again. And there's 23 again with the hat trick already. Kendall Wilson, I should say. And
I don't think there's any question that Kendall Wilson is their scorer. But she's not the only one. I mean, Gardendale doesn't have 10 wins without effort.
Clay Chalkville had a little bit of chance there.
Gardendale across the state is ranked 9th in girls soccer in 6A.
Pretty strong.
Yeah, that's very respectful. Hola.
That one sails out of bounds. Clay Chalkville will throw it in. 6-0 Gardendale with 14:10 to go.
Whistle. Substitution time, Scott. They just run and run and run and run. That ball rolls across the track.
Working that corner again is Kendall Wilson. Her sister Cam on the team.
Nice pass.
Throws to Carson Harper there, and they play keep away. Trying to get an edge kick to center it, and that was hit on the back of Martinez and goes out of bounds. Beautiful day for whatever activity you want, soccer included.
And they're going on everywhere. There's a baseball game on the far side of the football field, and then over to our left, softball
Good kick.
was taking place. The practice was anyway.
Nobody jumped up to provide a header, though, to stop that ball. It almost went out of bounds on the other end.
Oh, nice dribbling, but finally picked off by Clay Chalkville.
Centering it to Wilson is probably not a bad idea, but stolen. Nice job there. It looked like by
Jennifer Rodriguez.
Bocanegra.
Oh, okay.
I think it was 25. Again, I did not bring binoculars, so we're doing this from eyesight and monitors. So throwing it in now will be Micah Kennebrew Willis. And again, even on the throw-ins, Matt, they're not getting it themselves. It's picked off by Gardendale.
Nice pass to who else? Wilson.
Centering kick, but nobody there. But a mistake. Kennedy Clay couldn't clear it, and Gardendale still has it on their end.
Nice block by Martinez.
There it is.
In front of the net.
And that goes on the other net, so don't get confused by that. Somehow it went beyond that net
I don't know
to
how
the
it
other.
got in the net that's facing away. That's a heck of a kick. Goal or no goal.
So once again, Audrina Guanum will kick it away. And once again, Gardendale gets it. I mean, the actual time Clay Chalkville's had it offensively would be 2 or 3 minutes, maybe.
If that.
And that's at 10-second intervals, it seems like, correct? I mean,
well,
I thought you were keeping up with that with the clock.
Here's the stat that will tell you how this soccer game, how the soccer match is going, and that's the fact that Gardendale has 13 shots on goal, 6 goals, and Clay Chalkville doesn't have either. Not even a shot on goal.
Tendall Holzenbach provided the kick, trying to center it, and Gardendale had to vacate the area, but still have it in the middle of the field, trying to work the corners.
That one may scoot out of bounds. No save.
Holzenbach
Nice.
with a nice footwork. He got it back again.
Oh, good defense kept him from centering it.
Martinez with that interception. But here comes Gardendale again. Much better defense for Clay Chalkville as the game has grown together. A lot better resistance on the ball. Holzenbach on that left side. Trying to get a centering kick to somebody. There's a shot on goal, but that's way left. So Gardendale, 6-0. How many shots is that now?
That is 14 on goal by my count.
And obviously Clay Chalkville, none.
Yeah, that's what I was saying a minute ago.
Can't score if you don't get a shot, right?
Anything defines the nature of this game, that would be it.
All about shots on goal.
But now, I will make this point to Clay Chalkville's defense. These two teams met earlier in the year, and the Cougars took a 9-1 lead into the half, and Clay scored, but then they got
You mean the Rockets?
two more
did,
goals.
Yes.
Yeah. And then Clay did get a goal, but then Gardendale answered with a couple, and you get 10 goals then. Mercy rule. Now here, we've got activity on offense for the Lady Cougars.
Got it down the field at least, but kicked away by Ariel Segundo.
She was going to have none of that.
But Clay Chalkville has it. So they'll have it on their end of the field to try to get a little pressure on the Rockets.
Inbounds upcoming for Clay Chalkville.
Jennifer Rodriguez will throw it in.
And Gardendale with good defense. Now they've got it going the other way. That's going to go out of bounds.
Yeah, Gardendale will have it now. No, Clay Chalkville will. So keying it in, Kennedy Braxton. And she didn't get that to whom she wanted to.
No, he tried to go deep, and Gardendale's just so good defensively. That's the goose egg.
Here we go with a 2-on-1 breakaway. Gutierrez come out, got the angle, but after the block, Holzenbach came back and got it again, then had a dead-on look. Take a look.
You commit, goalie commits, makes a nice stop.
He's got a fall on it, right?
Gathering it up, yeah.
Holzenbach's second goal, I
Yeah,
believe.
I've got 2 for Holzenbach. 15 shots on goal for the Lady Rockets and a 7-0 lead. 7 left. 7.5. 6.5.
So 7-0 Gardendale with 6:16 to go in the first. Sophie Scott checking out. There's some of the crowd enjoying today's soccer match.
It's a good way to enjoy it. In the shade, protect yourself.
Holzenbach with some fancy dribbling there. And there's Wilson again. Yeah. Trying to get an angle for a shot. She centers it. And again, it's an automatic reaction to center it. You hope teammates are there. Holzenbach has to go gather it on the far side.
Oh, that's when they scoot the back out of bounds. Scott, funny you should ask.
About?
Why is it called soccer in America and football in Australia, England, Europe?
Probably because we already have a form of football.
Well, but how did it get the name soccer?
Oh, I have no idea.
It was originally called the association football, okay? And they just kind of felt like that was a little bit too wordy.
It is,
So
by the way.
writers, print writers decided they would start just using ASSOC, short for association. Then it backed down a little bit more to just 3 letters, SOC, sock, and then it grew again to soccer. How compelling is that story, Scott?
Fantastic.
Are you glad I looked that up for you? I've got another real interesting tidbit for the second half concerning the history of the actual ball. Are you looking forward to that?
I am. Absolutely. 4:59 to go here in the first half. Gardendale firmly in control. Holzenbach centers it. Oh, again, nobody there.
That looked like an opportunity for Gardendale.
Yeah, Carson Harper got it, but now here comes, is that Wilson
There's
again?
Wilson.
No? Yep, it is. Boy, she had a great angle, and Gutierrez is playing pretty good, and that one missed. So 2 dead shots on goal, and Gutierrez blocks one, and one's awry. So Gardendale comes away empty. Good play by Gutierrez.
A couple more substitutions now for Clay Chalkville. We'll check them for you. Both 6A. Gardendale undefeated in their region.
So Guanum will kick it away. Again, can't get it past that first wave of Gardendale. Wilson in the corner. This time trying to make a move past the defender, couldn't do it.
Man, is she active or what?
Yep.
Foul against Gardendale. Clay Chalkville will kick it away.
Finally touched by a Cougar before Gardendale gets it again.
You got Wilson
just taking
ahead,
it.
yeah.
Just taking it. She loves the corner, doesn't she?
Yes.
She centers it now to a teammate. Shot on goal. Another centering shot, I should say. But it sails over the head of Holzenbach, who's got it now. Good defense out there on Holzenbach
Woo!
by Kennedy Braxton. But Holzenbach
Number 12, Tyndall
knocks it in, and I think that's her hat trick.
She's got 3. You are correct, sir.
So 2 Gardendale Lady Rockets with hat tricks, Holzenbach and Wilson. There's the shot there in traffic, right past Gutierrez's ear. Good shot.
Tyndall Holzenbach. Here comes Clay Chalkville. Certainly would like to erase that goose egg before they go to the locker rooms.
Well, they need to erase the goose egg of shots on goal, right?
They've got a bunch, I think, that they need to erase. There goes Wilson.
Wilson again, and that's the problem. She gets a breakaway pretty much from the 50 to the 40 on in, and that's just too far to be dribbling and getting a breakaway. But that shot went awry, so
It
Gutierrez
did.
will chase it down.
20 shots on goal for the
20.
Lady Rockets. And they
That's a ton.
8. Yeah, and especially in comparison to the fact that Clay Chalkville has 0. And they'll put the ball in play just in front of their net. Up. Wilson.
Wilson again, right over Gutierrez.
Wow.
Head for her 4th goal. So she has a hat trick +1 to make it 9-0. Take a look at this. Watch it go right over the hands of Gutierrez in that left corner. Beautifully placed. Right over the fingertips.
How do you defend that? I mean, if it's higher than your outstretched arms, in the case of Gutierrez, and how accurate is Wilson?
She gets taken out now with 1:28 to go in the first half.
I didn't have a chance to speak with James Lehman, the head coach for Gardendale, at length about it, but I would think that young lady's getting some looks. Wouldn't you think, at the next level?
I would be, I don't know. If this is an indication, yes. I'm not a soccer aficionado, however. I will be the first to admit.
Break it down. Did you play as a child?
Never. Did you?
Well, occasionally in the backyard, we just kind of kick it around and we'd make up a goal.
Never did.
But it was never like in a league or anything like
I'm very intrigued by it, but I will admit to being
Now it's like
somewhat of a novice.
standard operating procedure to play soccer as a youngster, to get conditioning and footwork and coordination. It's a great idea, obviously.
Scott.
Sophie Scott, yep, on that breakaway, and that's kicked out of bounds.
Well, I wanted to do some prep work to just tell you a little behind the scenes here and watch some soccer. Well, have you tried to find any soccer on television? It's everywhere.
Yep.
You can see Man U, you can see indoor.
Nice play by Gutierrez. Yeah, you can find it anywhere for sure. Fox, huge with it.
Well, and you can find it right here on Jeffco Ed TV as we wind down the final seconds of the first half of play here. Rockets up 9-0. Cougars to put it in play. Scotty?
Only 16 seconds left in the first half.
Header.
Espinoza trying to kick it out of there. Boy, you don't want to give up a goal right here at the end with 3 seconds to go. Get it out of there.
That would end the
there
game.
You go. And they cleared it at the first half. So Rockets ahead 9-0 as we go to the break of the first half.
9-0.
So we'll go to a break now. I'm just checking to see if we can do one.
9-0 Rockets over the Cougars.
All right, we'll be back.
Your top scorers, number 20.
Trees, monsters, the moon, and even pizza.
In the arts integration world, what we take is core content standards and we add arts in there and we treat them as with equal value. So what you saw today was the teacher really engage in a text, literacy, and then extending that learning from the text through an art form, which was visual art. They used clay, and they were tapping into their emotions, those invisible emotions, those things that we typically don't see, but that are real.
Now we have the opportunity to partner with Bryant Park Elementary now for almost 2 years. We began with district level conversations and had small groups of teacher teams come to our foundational seminar that we do each summer. It's 2.5 days where teachers are immersed into the strategies of arts integration. And then our partnership allows us to come back 4 times a year. And during our visits, we bring an artist from one of each of the art forms.
Good. How did you make the different texture around the edge?
With a pencil.
With a pencil. I love how you added texture and dimension to your clown.
So they're looking at visual art and asking questions like, what do I see? What do I wonder about that? If I were to be placed into the picture, how would I feel? How would I behave? Those things create that level of critical thinking that students need in order to be successful.
And so it's just really exciting to be able to see the work hands-on with the students. With Dr. Brown being here and Miss Bailey being here, it's been great for them to also be able to see the work that we're doing here at Bryant Park as far as what we've all done with arts integration the past 5 years.
You're waiting for, I think we're ready to ride.
Hello, Jeff Coed family. We are excited to announce our signature academies. Here's what you can look forward to.
This is going to provide students with skills to be able to step into those positions to help out in a market that is definitely hiring.
It's crazy how much hands-on you can do in here.
I like that we do a lot of hands-on activities.
We actually perform experiments that an actual lab technician would do in the lab, or a forensic technician or forensic anthropologist would do out in the real world.
And finally, we want to take a few minutes to spotlight. I do like this class a lot because it's getting information out to our peers, and it's fun. It's not just information, it's also activities. So letting people know, guys, this is a fun production to be in.
I like culinary arts because I like trying new things and learning to make things for my family.
I'm the future of the United States of America.
Leadership is responsibility.
This is how it happens.
In our course, we teach life skills, and everybody needs that. Once you leave school, you still got to present yourself in a professional manner. You still have to go and learn. And at the same time, you can be a mentor as well as role model.
So today we're preparing our surfaces.
Art's everywhere. Someone had to design the floor for a table, a chair.
We try to make it relevant to the students, and the students really drive that.
I look forward to drawing on the computer, like graphic design, animation, or something else like that.
We try to guide the students through so that they build their confidence and they find their voice.
And this is just the beginning. Jeff Coed's Signature Academies. Learn today and experience forever. Hello, Jeff Coed family. This year, we are seizing a day to shape the future. You'll see that message on our social media channels, our website, and signs around your school. But what exactly does it mean? At Jeff Coed, we're all about offering numerous opportunities to our students. From our highly rated international baccalaureate school, to our signature academies, to our career tech and fine arts programs, to our elementary theme schools. But opportunities are only good if students take advantage of them and succeed. This year's theme embodies that message. We're looking to seize the day, every day, and capitalize on every opportunity in front of us. It's all in an effort to make sure our students become productive citizens and leaders that will make a difference and shape the future. It's a mindset. It's our mission. It's what we believe. Seize the day, shape the future. This is Jeff Coed.
Welcome back to Gardendale, sun-splashed Rocket Stadium. Clay Chalkville, Gardendale ladies, obviously a top 10 team in control here against the growing program from Clay Chalkville. You hear the wind blowing on the microphone a little bit. It is breezy today, but Gardendale with an onslaught of shots. Clay Chalkville doesn't even have a shot on goal, Matt.
Gardendale has 22 shots on goal, 9 goals. I'll give you a rundown here. Tyndall Holsenbach had 4 goals in the first half. Kendall Wilson had 3. Carson Harper and Camden Wilson, Kendall's sister, added 1 apiece for a total of 9 as we go to the second 40 minutes, which we may not get all of it in because according to my conversations with the coaches around here, you can get 10 gold mercy rule, and that would be in effect if Gardendale scored. First to whistle.
And we have a stoppage of play.
Yeah.
So they'll start it over. I guess the clock's still running.
Yeah.
But Gardendale was on the attack. You saw that defensively because they know they can possibly get a steal and put the pressure on. Here they come running at him again. So
Tarika Battle put it in play for the Lady Cougars.
I mean, Gardendale steals it. How to go out of bounds on the left corner.
Rosie Chaveria is in for Gardendale. She kicked it OB.
So Clay Chalkville will throw it in. No, Gardendale will, excuse me. Pass back to Wilson. That's Camden Wilson, the sister. Oh, trying to center it there. She had Sophie Scott right in front of the goal for a dead shot, and it just scooted past her. Clay Chalkville clears it, and it'll go out of bounds, but got it out of there.
If you're just joining us for the second half, obviously you can see the score on Jeffco Ed TV graphics bottom, our scoreboard, 9-0.
And that will go out of bounds on the other end.
Gardendale came in with 10 wins, 5 losses, and a tie under the direction of James Lehman. They are 9th in the state in 6A. Clay Chalkville, as you said, I think very appropriately, rebuilding. They've got 1 win versus 10 losses. And they did play earlier this year, and I believe the final score was 10-0.
Centering kick there, and it just hit the top of the net. That was going to be a nice attempt to try to get a header in the goal, but it hit the top of the net, so Clay Chalkville will get to clear it. And I think we have a new goalie down there, Matt, for Clay Chalkville. If you could see that number, is that 21? Well, we'll try to get a look.
I don't have a 21, but
yep, it's definitely not Gutierrez. And it's just blocked out of there nicely by the goalie. Another attempt. Well, you look at all the pressure in front of the Clay Chalkville goal, and it's actually 26.
that may be Gutierrez.
All right, Gutierrez is still in there. All
Okay.
right. I thought it was somebody different, but she's still in there. Made another great save. So she's played pretty well considering, what's that, 21 now?
That's 24 shots on
24.
goal. Yeah.
Because a lot of those she had no chance on the 9-0. Some breakaways and different things, which is difficult to block. That's a guessing game, right, when you get a breakaway?
Yeah.
Your goalie's just got to commit to one way or the other, and you hope it's the right call.
And you know, it's I've always been amazed by the penalty kicks where, you know, it's all lined up. Then people get one-on-one with the goalies, and then it literally is, to my limited knowledge, it's a guess, like you said.
Yeah.
Do I go right? Do I go left?
Gardendale trying to keep it from going out of bounds. Let's see. No. Trying to save it over there was Charlie Ragsdale, but Clay Chalkville will throw it in. Keying it in will be Kennebrew Willis. Again, misplaced, and Gardendale thought they had it there, but another centering kick for Lainey Calloway on that far side.
And Coach Lehman has done some substituting here for the second half to get more of his Gardendale Rockets into the match. And I'm not being flippant at all, but in 5 minutes, this side of the field with Gardendale, almost 5, no goals. We were 5 minutes into the first half, and it was already 3-0.
Yep. Clay Chalkville is sending in a couple of substitutes. They are Addie Green, and I can't see the other one on a number. Addie Green's one of them.
Came in for Chelsea Heem.
Kick away, better kick by Gutierrez. Gardendale has it, but about 30 some odd yards away from the goal. A lot better ball pressure too by the Lady Cougars as that goes out of bounds.
Yeah, you're right, Scott. Good observation.
A little bit more aggressive, which you got to provide interference. They've had kind of their way, right? Handling the ball and getting close to the goal. Gardendale with control again. And that'll be, well, no, it didn't go out of bounds.
Nice save by Julia Morgan. And she gets it back in play for Gardendale, who running these set plays in the first half. That was all about Wilson. Kendall.
Nice centering kick. Keep from going out of bounds. Another kick, and that's it.
Goal scored by Sophie Scott.
Yeah, but that was a great play on the far outside. If we've got it, Jake, and we'd love to take a look as she keeps it in here and just centers it to keep it going. Then another centering kick.
And here's Scott will come
Scott's
in
open.
on the right part of your screen. And
Gutierrez in no man's land. A little late reacting, and that'll do it. Gardendale.
10-goal mercy rule.
Yeah.
And that will wrap this one up. But we got the boys coming up. Now I'll have to get a ruling. Will they start 10 minutes after this game, or will they wait until 7 o'clock? We'll find out.
I doubt they wait till 7, but they might do more than 10. All right, so the Gardendale ladies win at 10-0 as they improve their ranking in the 6A top 10. We appreciate you watching. We'll put up the graphic, and we'll come back with the boys, Gardendale and Clay. Coming up next here on Jeff Coed TV.